So how's it going, everyone? This is Alex from the Florida Youth Council, and today I want to talk about a very important topic, and it's something to do with people in law enforcement. But before I get started in today's video, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Florida Youth Council and let us know in the comment section uh, what kind of video discussions you want us to talk about, and to see if whichever ideas you want us to talk about, if it's me or anybody in the other council members would like to talk about it, let us know in the comment section down below. So in today's video, I want to talk about a very important topic in regards to law enforcement and people with disabilities. Now, I'm a criminal justice major, so I'm studying law enforcement, I'm studying law, different types of criminals, and trying to get to know the state laws in general. And someday, if I want to become a police officer, I had to deal with certain individuals, and especially people who have a disability. I just have to be careful with people who are nonverbal because unfortunately, not many people talk. They're not very, they don't have very good communications, and that's not really such a bad thing. It's just we had to make sure we're able to work together and make sure that everything we're on for somebody who has a disability and a police officer able to get on the same page. Now that's not for for everybody because for police officers they have to be careful with their surroundings. They got to know what they're at. They got to make sure that everything's going well and there's no incidents, nothing like that. And uh, and to be able to deal with certain individuals, especially people who are nonverbal, you have to be very patient and very cautious at the same time. And not all police officers do that, but that's something that is a little food for thought, especially for me. I had to take some notes, especially if I had to, you know, if I want to become a police officer one day. That's something that I had to make sure that I had to be very, very informative about it. Unfortunately, not many people on social media or in the mainstream media really talk about this, but when it comes to police encounters, especially with people with disabilities, most of the time it doesn't really end well. They could um, be arrests, it could happen like a fatal shooting, depending on the situation. And there was a case that I did research for a class, and it involved two police officers shooting an unarmed person, and unfortunately that person happened to be autistic, who's an autistic adult, eventually killing him. So you're asking where I'm going with this? Well, there is a specific item called the wallet card, and the card is designed to allow a person with disabilities to communicate with police officers or first responders. And it contains information such as the name, the disability information, and the emergency contact information, especially if there's, depending on the person, if they have a mother, father, or a guardian, the police officer will know who to contact if there's something happened to that individual. And the specific card actually helps individuals with all types of disabilities. It's not just autism, it's not just people with bipolar. It will let law enforcement know the type of specific disability the person has. And even though this is not some type of miracle solution or whatever you want to call it, but it's a step in the right direction to let officers know that this is something, if a person has this type of disability or that type of disability, to make sure that, the person's okay and they'll contact the emergency caller. Whatever information that the person has on the wallet card, they'll let the police officer will know what situation is, and will they'll contact the person that they need help with. The wallet card also includes, and this is something very cool, it also includes a bio dot, which it changes colors according to the person's stress level. So it kind of just, maybe if a person is mad, it'll go red. If it's sad, if it's blue. That's something really cool that, always kind of think, I mean, there was an idea that I thought about back in elementary school where instead of having people, there were dogs. So dogs will, they will be a specific color of how the dog feels, Not trying to compare humans into dogs, but I'm saying that there's a specific device that I want to come up with dogs and try to see how the dogs feel, if they're hungry, if they're thirsty, if they're wanting to play. That's something that I kind of came up with a long time ago. But it's kind of sound very similar to the idea that I had, but still pretty cool. Well, guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you learned something, I'm glad to be able to help you out with that. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to our Florida Youth Council. Make sure if there's any topics that you want us to talk about, make sure you go do that. And make sure you click the like button if you like this video. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.